Okay, so here are all the green parts that will make up the Gusion. And I was reviewing the parts, how it looks. I began assembling, of course, the inner frame of the Gusion, or basically the Rebake version, but portions of this inner frame will be applied, of course, to hold up the kit. And like I mentioned before, once I clean it, prime it, then paint everything yellow first, I have to see in which direction everything will look like to go during the process of me doing the tiger meat colors. Now, some parts like this one is, if I do this, here's the leg. So after everything is primed, and I think I'm gonna have to do this in a layer. This is the thing that kind of bugs me, and I don't want to ruin the part. Whether I should assemble it, then paint it over it, but then it'll give me some difficulties painting over it while it's assembled. I'll do an assembly of what it will look like later, but I just wanted to follow up. So everything will be yellow. Then since I'm saying that the part will go in this direction, so it'll be yellow, then it'll be orange, and then it'll be red. So the red will be back. I think here front will be different, because even though I'm doing it this end would be yellow, orange, orange, and then red, red. What do you think of that? And then, of course, making the tiger meat colors, or tiger meat strip to put on it. So once everything's done, I then apply black. But for now, I need to cut the parts, see which one I need to keep it together or take it apart. I think this is the shoulder parts right here, which I don't know if I have to. Actually, let me take these two guys. I don't know if I have to assemble it on the shoulder and then I'm stuck with it. I don't know yet. This is actually kind of cool. I like this. But obviously, these two need to be closed and sanded down, and I don't know how I'm going to stick that on, but let's see. We'll figure this out. Because I'm going to have to glue that and then sand it down so it's nice and flush. Yeah, this one actually looks amazing, how this details. And of course, going back to some of the colors here. So yeah, there's these are the only green colors the darker green colors. There's only 3 of them. I'm not gonna worry about an extra color tone. What I was more worried about this is there's a lot of purple, and I know purple is a trim, and I did say that I was going to use gunmetal on the purple. Now I'm second guessing myself. I don't know what color I will use, and I swear, for the life of me, I swear, I thought I had a violet color from Mr. Hobby. I was looking through my box of paint, couldn't find it. I know I had one a long time ago, which was I wanted to use it on the Gundam RX-72 Gundam, because its backpack is kind of like a violet color. So that would have been perfect for this. And I remember that not only I had a violet, but I believe it was even metallic. But I can't find it anywhere. I have a feeling I may have moved it into some boxes just to get it out of the way. I'm going to check everything first. So that is considered an audible right there. I will change that color when the time comes. The one thing I began assembling was the weaponry. So the only 2 weaponry is this little derpy machine gun that, to tell you the truth, looks like an upgraded weapon from an SD kit, doesn't it? Even though it is from the series, I think it is the dumbest thing. It's such a small clip. Obviously, it's meant as a backup weapon, so you can use this guy right here, and I really like how this is. It's a little, put the hammer down type hammer. So I'm going to put that there. That has to be cleaned up as well. So let me flesh out how this will look and assemble it. Obviously, once that's, I'm going to have, because I was looking at the manual, there are certain parts that need to be removed so you can put the armor on, but I need to clean these first, put it on, and then we'll look at the Gusion before painting. Alright, so here's what the Gusion look like, fully built. And I must say, seeing this up close, it's beefy. It's a very, very bulky mobile suit, or kit in that for that matter. I've seen the videos of people making this and customizing and all that stuff, and obviously when you look at it up close, you say to yourself, "Wow!" But on video, you try to imagine, okay, it's big, but I didn't realize it was this big and wide. It's overall, like here on the waist, I like how the waist is designed, where it pretty much covers a lot of area in this. You barely see any of the how can I call that? The gray parts, because it's all covered up with the purple parts, which pretty much replaces that. To see gray parts, you will have to like look like back in the leg, under the skirt, giggity. The actual pistons over here, and the hands. The hands are all, you know, the charcoal color, but everything else is a majority of green and purple. Some of the green parts that's inside the actual torso, I can take apart. This one's going to probably give me the most trouble because these little parts here are snapped in. So I think I have to find a way to... Right now it's not completely in because I have it's sticking out there, sticking inwards there. If it's if I push it all away, the thing is probably going to give me a lot of trouble popping it back out, especially if I'm going to paint it. I'm going to see if I can paint it before I assemble it. So I'm going to begin with the purple parts first. The hands was the one thing that caught me off guard, because I pulled out the hands and I was ready to put it on. Then I noticed that the ball joint was too big for this. Hell, it wasn't even too big for the inner frame. It turns out there are two different types of hands for the two kits. So the ball joint for the Gusion Rebake is bigger than the ball joint that's on the Gusion. You think maybe it'll be the reverse, but it's no, it's not. It's how it's set up. And of course, I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to leave this one on for now. And you have the manipulator hand here, which one holds the hammer. Let's put that on right now. There's a notch there. Come on. So one goes there for this, which I have a feeling the weight of this is not going to be that strong, but you know. Oh, that's another thing. I'll explain. The shoulders. I dreaded it, but turns out that my dread is true. If I'm going to paint I think I'm trying to think of how I'm going to do this, because I think what I'm going to do is when I paint the purple and then I put the green parts over it, I'm going to obviously glue it, sand it down, then I'm going to have to mask the purple that's on that so I can paint it normally. I don't think that's a bit of a problem. I'm slowly reminded to someone sending me a picture on Facebook on how to deal with the shoulder thing when I was working on one of my older kits. Don't know if I'm going to do it with this one, but nah, it's not going to be that way, where I'm going to probably just paint it and mask it off and all that stuff. Here's the machine gun with the... I'm not going to pull out the stock. Alright, so yeah, this thing is... It is, of course, heavy in certain areas. If you're going to put a stand on it, it'll probably be a good idea to do that. But these parts here, these things will not turn. The shoulder parts can lift up like that and that, but they won't turn forward. You know, they don't have a 360 degree turning. you could bring the arm back and forth and then turn it like that. That's as best as you could do, but you cannot turn the whole arm. Oh, there's a little plastic perk I forgot to remove. The legs are pretty good. I like how it came out. Yeah, it's basic, very hollow. I think you may have to put some weights on this if you want to keep it steady, or put it in the stand. Now, surprisingly, of course, I was under the impression that these legs right here will go in there, but I guess not. Obviously, the Rebake is bigger than this guy. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to not damage the kit while I'm painting it. I mean, I guess because I know that when you take this thing apart, oops, when you take this thing apart in the chest, you have it is a compartmentalized setup where you can take it out without damaging the shoulders. Oh, I gotta pull this out again. So that, you know, I know in the future I may decide to do a Rebake custom, since I have the interframe for this one, but I may end up not doing it. I don't know. I kind of like this kit. I can see the reasons why many people are saying this one's a lot better looking than the Gusion. I like the I'm sorry, a lot better looking kit than the Rebake. I like the Rebake how it looks, but come on, this looks awesome. This looks really awesome. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting paint job to do. And to give you a side-by-side comparison of how big this guy is, here is the Grim Gertie, which stands a little taller to this guy, and my ever so popular Ifrit Desert Custom. And soon this guy will be painted in tiger meat colors. It's going to be a big task for me to do. Hope you guys will enjoy that. Alright, I'm going to continue reviewing each part, sanding it down. I'm going to take it apart, and then we're going to begin with the purple nurples.